I think I'm going to be focusing on ELAB. There's nothing to me that's telling me to stay. I usually want to be with the leading gapper. I want to trade the highest volume names. I want to scalp them. So there's no reason for me to move away from the leading game. No reason. We've got 29 likes, guys. This is the Trading Farmer. We're trading the 50-50, the original home of the 50-50. So let's get into it. Again, everyone's going to trade a little differently. Day trading's risky. Oh, gosh. I hate when my volume's up at like... Yeah, I want to start kind of slow. Get my test orders in. Market's been kind of weak lately. Spreads on this one are not fun. Stay small size because wow, this is not that strong of an open. A little bit of a lag there. I'm going to cut it right there before it fails. I think RVSN, we have a little bit stability, possibly. Market is really slow. I'm cutting this break even. I don't want any big losses there. I'd like to have seen that move a little quicker. So short week, market is slower. So some of you may not even want to trade. Lays, huh? Oh, and it's moving nice there. Could go for double bottom. Market's not really super strong. We got terrible looking volume. Spreads are terrible. See if we get a rebound off this level. I want this back up to VWAP. Trying to hold this for a little bigger move. This is not a hyper scalping technique. This is there we go. I caught that candle over candle move. I probably should have held it, but it's kind of shaky. I missed out on a lot of profit there. I should have kept holding. Five minutes starting to look kind of good. Okay, now this is where we'll go for the quick hyper scalping. We're not getting quick rips here. I gave back a little bit there. I'm getting way too aggressive up here. Schwab does offer to. What? Dang nabbit. And now it's flushing. I should have caught this 1 bar pullback, ripped to 370. Lays is moving. Extended. A little lighter volume. Not the worst. A little lighter. Maybe a little bit more thickly traded. Top and tail there. Should have known. We had $1,000. And the 5 minutes kind of broken. You go for the quick dip. I don't know. It seems like we're getting buying here, so I'm going to try to hold. See if we get candle over candle here. For some reason, we're getting candle over candle. Gonna take that. He gives me $150. CPA, when should I get a CPA? I would get a CPA whenever you can afford it, especially if you're trading. I would. You shop around a little bit. 343 up to 6. But yeah, you got to buy the fear, sell the greed. Not very easy. Trading is risky. I messed up. No, I mean it's tough here. This is the 5 minute doesn't look good, but this 1 minute entry is okay looking. I'm gonna stay out of it. RVSN did pop up like I thought. Got a bit of good win. Yeah, the 50-50, it's because the market's kind of work as well. I have to adopt kind of a little different strategy. We should get support here, I think. It's not holding that well. I got to cut that. Dude, that represents 745. Hmm. Bitter green, guys. I don't want to trade with fear because that. What? Okay, why is this popping up? Had good profit. I think looking back, this is interesting. Yeah, this is a little cheaper one. You mean now it pops up? Let's see how far this runs. I got to try to hold this. That's annoying when the sellers come in like try to hold it for a candle over candle in 10 seconds. God, it was just way too shaky. I should have held it. But maybe not. Kind of have to trust your gut sometimes. I trusted my gut there. I I had the right idea, but I totally messed that up. Might get a breakout here. That was best trade of the day. Break of high day. Possible breakout. Ah, freaking heck, bro. Gosh darn. See how the 50-50 dip within the rip hyper scalping can be a little tricky. You look for candle over candle here in 15 seconds. Ah, you try to use a market order, you can't. Wow, back to 1100. I mean, go small size. Yeah, it's extended. I had the right idea right here. That was a great little pattern there. Got 39 likes already. Appreciate it. Trying to get to 60. Might take a stab here on a micro dip. You know, great ideas come and they go very quickly. You got to buy the dip. Now I'm getting out of rhythm. sellers are coming in. Wow, back down to my entry. Back down to my basically still at $1,000, so we're not making a whole lot of headway in this one. A little worried about this. Ah, frick. Ah, got smoked. Kind of knew that was gonna happen too. I was like, man, it kind of looks like we will get that quick breakthrough 384. Go reject. Size down. Try not to get upset, but just a little upsetting. Dang, Nabbit, I gave back all my props. I didn't even really wait for a good pattern either. I mean, it's a decent pattern. There it goes back up. Oh my gosh, I took 10,000 shares here. I'm risking it all on this like C quality pattern. Took it all. That gets me back up to 980. That was like $500, but with all the risk I took there, that initial loss I took right here, I wouldn't have taken. I had the right idea, but tough. Market's getting tougher. So, what I'm talking about, we talk about like the traditional 50-50, and then we talk about kind of this hybrid 50-50 where you have to take more selective trades and you're looking for a little bit bigger. Would take a stab here, but there's nothing telling me that it's worse. Kind of took a bigger position here. See if it takes hold for a move up to 365. Selling on the ask. So that trade there was a micro pattern that I teach in my classes. Micro pulse breakdown. So this is the hybrid 50-50. You would not see someone like Crispy trading like this. He does not. He likes to take small size all through. But that's the true 50-50. This is usually where I mess up, so I'm going to lower my size. We might get the breaks to 385, so I'm kind of waiting for a dip of some nature. Kind of hard to time these. Want to get it when the price is dropping. That's how you kind of high. Here's kind of a bit of a sell-off. Could have got that. I didn't. Seeing green pick up here. I'm trying to see if we can get up high day. We're not going to right. Buying into a big seller. We did not rip through the high day level right there, so I pulled out, but like we did end up. This is where we do see a lot of big drops. Stay out of here. So just know kind of the difference between when I'm trading the hyper scalping out and I'm trading. I don't know. We kind of talked about the difference classes. You can kind of decide for yourself which one you. When I brought the 50-50 here, I was very much more just in and out, in and out. Now I do load into key levels as an addition to the hyper scalping. So at this point, this trade I took here, I took quite a bit of risk to make the 3,000. Let's be honest, that was pretty risky. Now that I have a nice cushion, I'm trying to sell on the ask there. The 47 likes already, appreciate it. Now I'm going to kind of go down to smaller size and do a little bit of the hyper scalping. See if I can scalp some. So I'm buying market, but selling on the ask as best I can because that give me my. It's got a bad fill there. I gotta cut. It's too bad. I gotta cut that too. Gets me back down to. So this is where I'm just staying small size and hyper scalping. Might want to size up because this kind of looks like we might get a rip. See what this wants to do here. Selling a third there. This should go green, I would expect. It did not. Selling everything there for not much of a profit, a little bit of profit, but it's tricky. I thought we would rip there. What we did is we double topped at the break of the like we talk about in the classes, trying to get above 376 at double topped there. I could have it went up to 76 and I sold out at 60, 67, 72. So almost 10 cents of profit on 4,000 shares. That's 400 bucks. I don't know. It's just no volume. It's all there. See, it's going sideways here, so pressure is mounting. Yeah, that did. And something looks goofy here. LAES coming back up. 5 minute on this looks kind of interesting. Hmm. I might be getting a flush here on this one. 67, right? 67 and a half. Okay. Okay. Getting a little shaky here on this one. I think sellers are trying to take it here. Maybe go. So this one doesn't look that. I bought high. Give me a little bit more of a pop and I'll get out. I didn't like the look of that. I didn't like the look of that. I actually made money on it. I didn't like it. I was scared. You think that my heart doesn't beat fast when I trade? Yeah, it does. Get scared. Uh, that was one of those moments where it was like, it was kind of working, but not really. So I wanted to give it the extra second, and I gave it the extra couple seconds. But as soon as I saw kind of the bid pop up, as soon as I saw a little bit of a chance to get out with not much of a loss, I was like, well, we'll just retime another entry. This is the 50-50. Get in, get out. Hyper scalp. Right. I've been hearing, I don't want to scare you guys. LAES is going. I got it, got it. The buyers fought there for a while. Okay. Well, this thing might be done. There it popped back. Well, that's because like I said, I used to do only the 50-50 hyper scout. But I learned that that doesn't work all the time. So I had to switch to a little different style of trading, which was waiting for patterns to set up and taking key trades. And then in between, you can lower size and do a little bit of hyper scalping. But I don't know. I mean, people like, Crispy and Zavi who learned the 50-50, they stick more true to the just a quick in and out. And they do make a lot of money. They do trade like all day sometimes. Whereas I'm more like hour and two in, I'm like, I'm done. Even if the stock just keeps going. So they do have some great days trading the 50-50, and I was like, that's pretty good. But then I was like, on the other hand, they're taking a lot of trades. They're trading all day. Uh, so point is, as far as opportunity, there's not a whole lot of opportunity for the hyper scalping. There's a little bit here on this one. I'm sort of thinking we might be running out. This fell below support, ascending support. So I think I'm going to have to stay out of it. Although I would love to catch the dip here for a quick scalp. Probably should have right there. See if we get a reversal back up to 365. Nah, we're just getting too, we didn't breakthroughs. LAES. Nah, I missed it. See if I can get 280 here. I'm getting too scared. We got 60 bucks out of there. So we've been hearing from Charles Schwab that they're going to be switching over accounts. Someone made a comment. They asked and said in May of this year. Another guy also said that, and we already knew this, but as far as not having margin ability, not being able to use margin on low floats, which will affect us because we need settlement margin to be able to do the 50-50 scalping strategy, which we take a lot of trades, we move a lot of share size. We're buying the dips, we're getting in and out quick, we're trading the range, we're hyper scalping, we're usually not adding, we're usually staying small size. That's the fundamental basis of the 50-50. I loved how I spoke with Crispin. He was like, we trade a very different strategy. Like, first of all, no, we don't. Second of all, yes, every trader is a little differently. Yes, in a slower market, I will add on key levels and I will trade a little bit different. That's something I've developed, but the foundation of the 50-50 remains the same. Everyone's going to add their own little spices to it. Okay, we have actually a green pop here. Not going to rush into it, but that's good to see. Well, Philly cheese, when I took the 10K shares, I was pretty like, oh gosh. But you know what I did? And I do preach watching the price ladder, but what I did was I actually zoomed out and I went back and I looked at the chart for a second. And the chart looked good to my eyes, right? I identified it's just patterns. I identified to me what I thought was a good looking pattern. Although the time and sales in the level 2 was a little shaky, I was like, this thing has shown strength. The pattern does look good. Let's hold for what I envision the future to bring. And we'll see how high this goes. I'm just not so sure. 352 up to 370, that would have been a nice win. So I'm looking for people. I think I would have to interview Billy Cheese, but I'm looking for people to interview who are, picking up the 50-50, who are learning it. I got one student lined up. Today is tricky. Today is tricky. The 5-minute here looks 5-minute for okay. I totally missed that. I'll go 900. I think this is gonna break over 370. I'm gonna just take a stab there. I got a pin. So it's kind of like a breakout or get the heck out. Especially if you're buying high. Okay. You're buying high, maybe 3 minutes of green, 1 minute candles or whatever. You're buying high and you're looking for a quick pop. It's sort of like it's got to go or you're out. You're buying off of a support. If you're loading into a key level, that's depending on how risky you gauge it to be. That's one that you may want to hold a little bit. But when you're buying extended, I like to just get out. Sure enough, it's climbing here. We might get a breakout. Let's get a dip here. I don't know. We're seeing a lot of green buying for some reason. We might get the short sellers to snap here. I don't know. We're just seeing a lot of green on the tape. We might get a breakout because usually it would go short here, but if it doesn't go short, then short sellers are going to stop out. We got 16 seconds to the next candle. We're getting green on the tape. It looks like shorts are kind of losing. A little risky, but I'm just gauging kind of the environment here. I'm cutting it there. No, cutting it there. So that one was tricky. And I got to be careful trying to like tell you guys my thinking because some of you I know will try to mirror trade and that's dangerous. Guaranteed to lose money. But a pattern can look good 1 second and another second you're like, no. Took a bit of a loss there. We were seeing, did you notice how we were seeing green on the tape? Thought we could get a break, a rip up to 384, but we were buying this kind of sell off here, seeing if we get a nice, if we see buyers come back in. I don't know. Too shaky. Takes me down to 31. I have 110 bucks off the highs. That one's sort of losing steam. This one's below VWAP. Well, then Philly, she's focusing on those higher time frames. Pay attention to when the candles start. Another thing I like to preach is kind of timing it up to when 5-minute candle starts, or even the 1 minute. ELAB probably should have held it. There it is up to 360. Kind of keeping an eye on RVSN. And get rid of this. Volume, unfortunately, is dying on this ticker. We could be setting up a flush. We'll see here. We're getting some support here for. Yeah, the 5 minute here is not looking so good. Kind of going in for like a dip right here at 351. Okay, $50 loss. That brings me to still up 3,000, but trying to sell in the ask. I don't know. I would expect that's where I should have taken bigger size right there on that. That was a hyper scalp. There you go, Alf. Let's get you interviewed up. The channel's growing. The channel's growing, and this thing looks like it's coming down a little bit more. I'm kind of just taking a break because I was about to say I feel like sellers are kind of taking it for a spin here, but now look at that back up to 352. I'm going to stay 900 shares if I do go for a quick scalp. This is taking a little bit of risk here. There we go. Feel like buyers are going to come in here and take it. I bailed on it because I was looking for a little bigger pop there. I think we might need to come through 343, possibly. It might rip up here to 360. Sure enough, there it's back up to 352, testing resistance. If that snaps, this next candle could be a key candle. Volume's real light. We'll see if we get a rip to 370. Volume's done. There we go. Find that dip, staying small size, looking for a rip back up. And it's looking a little shaky. I have to cut that. Should have bounced up more. Look. LAES is moving. This could be a good entry here. I'm going to watch it before I add. Starting to work. Try to add to this. I would say there's a good shot of this going up to 360, but it's shaky here. Really? Really? I thought that had a good shot of going. I thought that had a really good shot of going. So there's a great. You're just not always going to be right. I thought that looked great for a rebound through 352 and then 360. It was looking a little shaky, but I said I would hold it because it looked so good. So that's just the reality. Sometimes you're going to have to, even if the pattern looks good. I thought for sure we would get a nice W there, bounce through 52 or rip up to possibly 3. I just was like, it's gonna happen. Probably gonna happen now. So I'm gonna have to read. Yeah. I'll wait on that one. We'll see if buyers come back in. But reality is I've kind of been sitting flat on my. So we're gonna plan for a class on Wednesday. That will be we're gonna try it again on Zoom. Wednesday Zoom. Okay. That will be through the classes. Waiting on this one, sellers are kind of taking it way beyond what I thought they would. I'll take a stab here at the lows. Yeah, I gotta cut it. Wow. It just is extended so low. I just feel like it's got to rebound. There we go. Seen some buyers coming. I just have a hard time believing buyers are not going to come back in at this price. Really? They didn't? Okay. Where does that leave me? That leaves me at $2,900, $300 off my Wow. Sure enough, I can't keep taking trades on it because I could just could just wipe all my profits away. I have no idea when it's gonna stop. I can see bottoming tails, see double bottoms, but they all mean nothing if this thing is just rolling. And it looks like it's just rolling. And although it's frustrating, I we saw the big buyer there. We saw the bottoming tail. I thought we could get a nice, quick, big reverse. Was at least smart enough not to act. I knew that these things like even that looks kind of good to buy, but uh hmm. Elab looks a little dangerous. Wondering if it's time to move on. Thing is, oh wow, the deal with what's the daily chart say? 356. I don't know. I might be coming back to that there. We got the break of 3 on that one. All extended. Thing is with Elab, we have like a perfect double bottom set. Is why I'm sort of watching it. This is risky. That was a break even trade. See what I mean? We gotta let this one go. Gotta let that one go. Gotta let that one go. It may take forever to try to time that. Be back about 300 bucks. Try to go in small size here and get the rhythm of this. $389 and a half. You gotta let this one go. That's unfortunate. And I'm repeating myself to you guys because I'm trying to tell myself because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row on the 5 minute. This thing has to reverse, and it's like made that mistake. Have $2,900 of profit on it, not 3,200. It's $2,900. Looking pretty dead. Just stay out of it. Break a 3 here on this one. Might get a topping tail here, or a false breakout. But it's kind of E-Lab could finish at like $1 today. Just looks like it's going to sell off and sell for the day. It's unfortunate, but at least I'm recognizing that it's just not there anymore. See if we get a breakout to $3 a share. This isn't really all that fun either.